So this is today's project, this cute little wall hanging with two pieced apples and some squares of green to represent leaves and a nice border of brown squares to represent bark of a tree. So how did I make this little wall hanging? Well, let's start with the easy part. These are 2.5-inch squares that are just sewn together in a row of 4 by 5 and just made into a square with an 1.5-inch border. And then these are 2.5-inch blocks also from my scrap pile that I used to make the border. Now the fancy part is the apple block, and it really is a simple block to do. I started by using 2.5-inch strips of red that I cut and sewed together in a row of 5. Then I took and I cut them into sections that were 6.5 inches wide. So this is a half and this is half. And then here we go. So this is how I did it. Let's just slide this over. This is my half. This is a simple 3-inch square that I sewed on the diagonal, and that makes this part here, giving this corner of the apple. So you just sew on the diagonal, and fold it back, and that makes that corner right here. You do the same process with this square. This is a smaller square. This is a 2-inch square. Again, sew on the diagonal, trim it back. Same process here. This is a 1.5. Oops, I've got it turned upside down. So sorry. Your 1.5-inch square is here. So you have a right piece and a left piece. This happens to be my left piece. I had it upside down. So let's just take a look at it here. Okay, still the same thing. This is a 3-inch block done at a diagonal, 3-inch block done at a diagonal. The 1.5-inch block is here. That's going to make this little indent for the bottom of your apple. And the 2-inch block is here, and that's going to make the indent for your stem. And as you can see, I've not yet appliqued on my stem and my leaves. All right, so it's a very simple process. Just a few diagonal stitching of these squares. Cut, trim, and fold. Again, you want to make a right and a left, same process, and then you sew them together. I added an 1.5-inch strip to the bottom and a 2.5-inch strip to the top, giving enough room for my stem and my leaves. All right, so that's it. Really quick, really simple. Have fun making your apples. Have a great day.